All right, Shalom. It's the brother Quanah. I'd like to start off by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. Peace and blessings to all the brothers in this truth. Back at you with another lesson. And I'm going to call this one the elect nation, right? The elect nation, because we know that the Lord's coming. In the day of his return, he's coming to save 144,000 elect men, and also 1/3 of the Israelite population, as well, right? Now, but all of those people are going to come from a certain nation. It's not going to be men and women from various different nations. He's coming to get and save his elect from the elect nation. And in the kingdom, all the 2/3 that it talks about in Zechariah 13, that's not gonna make it on this side, for all types of things, non-believers, people living in iniquity, right? Which is sin on top of sin on top of sin on top of sin, like just living their life based off sin. They're gonna be reborn back into the kingdom because the Lord promised Abraham that his seed will inherit the kingdom. Right. And so the elect nation, which is the nation of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, those are the elect nation. That's the elect nation, right? And that's who the Lord is going to save. And so I just got a couple scriptures that I want to bring out, just proving that point. And I'm gonna start in Romans 8 and start with verse 29. I'm gonna start at verse 28. It says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate," meaning he chose who he was going to make the elect before mankind. "He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren." Right? Verse 30. "Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified." Right? So it says, verse 30, it says, moreover, whom he predestinate, them he also called, right? So now from there, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, right? And it's a precept to go along with that. This is Isaiah 48, verse 12, and it says, "Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called." Right? Jacob and Israel is the nation of the people who he called. I am the first, I also am the last, right? So he letting the Israelites know, right? Jacob, who had 12 sons, right? And his name was later changed from Jacob to Israel by the Lord, and he had 12 sons, which are the descendants of Jacob, Israel, who represents the Israelites, which is a nation of people, the Jews that the Bible talks about, right? And he just said, "Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called." Right? So that's singular. That's singling, that nation out from all the rest of the nations of the Bible. Right? So from there we're gonna just go to Isaiah 45, and we're gonna start at verse 4. Right? Isaiah 45, verse 4. "And for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect." Right? Israel is the Lord's elect. "I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me." Even though y'all ain't been, right? So what the Lord is saying, even though y'all ain't been hearkening unto me, listening to none of my words, he still chose us. Right? We are his elect. We is the Israelites is the elect nation of the Lord. Right? This Romans 9 verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Right? So that's the predestination, right? Because it says, for the children being not yet born. So as it was just talking about the predestinate in Romans 8, that's what that means. Romans 9 verse 11, when it said, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that means before they was even in the womb, right? Or before they was even in the womb, the Lord knew that he was going to make these two separate nations. And I mean, yeah, the Lord knew he was going to make these two separate nations. And out of them two, he was going to choose which one that he was going to care for. That's predestinate, right? And that's what the nation of Israel was from the beginning of time, since before the earth. You know what I mean? We was always going to be the Lord's chosen. So that's why the Israelites is the elect nation. Hopefully this was an edifying video. Till the next time I say shalom.